It's a big day in Washington with the House passing its version of the Build Back Better plan.
This bill is sealed, in the House anyway.
Is passed.
With the House's passage of Biden's Build Back Better Act, Republicans are scrambling to ensure that House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy's 8-hour speech doesn't go in vain.
I know some of you are mad at me, think I spoke too long, but I've had enough. America has had enough. So let this sink in. You're encouraging more of the to come. I'm just getting geared up. Good, you sit. Mr. Speaker, may I ask you a question? Did you get to take a bathroom break? And I didn't? But I understand, that's okay. I was in the 6th grade. I turn on the TV. I watch Jimmy Carter have a sweater on and tell me to turn the heater down, that the best days were behind us. I'll lead you in a little secret. There's no such thing. They're just big carrots. They chop them, they charge you more, and you buy them. I don't know if this speech is going to make a difference. All right, what else we got here?
Many members of the GOP are quick to retort that over a period of 10 years, Build Back Better would add $367 billion to the total deficit. This number doesn't include increased tax revenue made possible by the legislation, which, depending on whether you're looking at revenue estimates by the CBO or the Treasury Department, would actually reduce the deficit anywhere from $100 to $300 billion. There are even tax revenue estimates that exceed those of the CBO and the Treasury Department.
We believe, according to the IRS commissioner, a Republican appointed by the former president, who said, by the way, that there could be up to $1 trillion that's hanging out there. He said that. We didn't say it. We subscribed to the $400 billion mark.
But as Chris Hayes and Bernie Sanders pointed out, let's not kid ourselves into thinking that this is about the deficit, whether those remarks are being made by Republicans or Democrats.
Late last night, the Senate also, in the course of their work, advanced its annual defense policy bill, costing more than $700 billion per year, twice the cost of the proposed $350 billion annual cost of the original very big and ambitious proposal for Build Back Better, more than 4 times the cost of the current pared down version. And it has always been the case. There's money for domestic programs, which is real money that has to be accounted for, where you got to get a CBO score, it's got to be paid for as deficit. And then there's money for defense, particularly for war funding. It just doesn't count. It's just in a different category. Existentially, just however much, trillions here, trillion there.
Chris, you stole my speech. The hypocrisy is extraordinary. When we want to improve lives for our children, for the elderly, when we want to make healthcare universal and affordable, when we want to deal with climate, oh my God, Bernie, don't you understand we have a terrible national debt in the deficit?
As we know, Republicans had no issue voting for Trump's tax cuts for the ultra-rich that the CBO said would add $1.4 trillion to the deficit. And, as Robert Reich points out, the same corporate Democrats demanding a CBO score showing that Build Back Better is fully paid for had no problem voting for the infrastructure bill, which the CBO said adds $256 billion to the deficit. As a quick reminder, though, this isn't the progressive dream we envisioned. Per David Sirota and Andrew Perez, we can celebrate the laudable provisions in the framework, like the expansion of Medicaid, universal pre-K, spending on clean energy programs, and subsidized childcare and the extension of the child tax credit, while still recognizing that Biden has stayed true to his pledge to wealthy donors that nothing would fundamentally change in our economy with him as president. Promises made, promises kept. The bill leaves out paid family leave, free community college, important climate measures, and a plan to allow Medicare to negotiate lower prices for prescription drugs, the single most popular proposal in the entire bill. It also limits a robust expansion of Medicare benefits while funneling more money into subsidies that prop up the corporate health insurance industry. Even with all that the legislation lacks, it's still not guaranteed to pass the Senate given that wildcard Democratic Senators Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema hold the rest of their party hostage. Thanks for watching.